everybody, it's Megan and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. And you may remember a few videos ago I did quite an unhaul. Well, that was convenient because the library book sale was right around the corner. So let's see what I picked up on my library book sale adventures. I don't know about you guys, but when the Metro Library here in Oklahoma does the library book sale weekend, it is a not miss event. And if you don't live here in Oklahoma, then you should definitely find out if and when your friends of the library or your library does their book sale, because you're gonna come out with bags of books. I came back with 10 books, so let's see what I got and why I picked it up. This book will come as no surprise to anyone who knows me. Something is Alive on the Titanic by Robert Serling. And it doesn't have its dust jacket anymore. I don't even care. I will read anything about the Titanic. This book was published in 1990. Holy shit, it's a first edition. Well, that's cool. I wish it had its dust jacket now, but it's a first edition, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, I wish it had its dust jacket now, but I don't even care. I think this is kind of like a thriller mystery. Obviously, something is alive in the Titanic, and I have to read about it immediately because Titanic. He dedicates the book to Robert Ballard, who discovered the Titanic, for those who don't know. And there's some quotes from Bob Ballard. I don't think he blurbed it necessarily, but it's just kind of quotes about the Titanic. And I am so excited to get to this. I wish it had its dust jacket since it's a first edition, but beggars can't be choosers. And I got this on the second time I went through the library book sale. I did not see it on day one, so I'm glad that I went a second day because got this gem. Dread Nation here, which I know it's hard to see because the library cover. It has deckled edges. I've had this on my TBR for a while and I just hadn't committed to buying it. And then I got the sequel to Dread Nation, which is Deathless Divide. So those are both there. I actually ended up with two of these because I found a paperback version and I was like, well, I'm just going to get it. Maybe I'll find the second one. Then I found the second one in hardback and I was like, it's okay. They're from the library. If they don't match, not a big deal. Second day, went back, found this one, and a friend of mine actually took my paperback copy. Only one of them has deckled edges. That's not a big deal, but I'm excited to read these. And those were by Justina Ireland. So those have been on the pile for a while. Glad to have them. Then I went into the land of true crime and got Bloody Scotland, new crime fiction. And I think it's just a bunch of different short stories and crimes in Scotland. 12 of Scotland's most famous crime authors evoke the sinister side of the country's architecture in stories that are by turns calculating, chilling, and redemptive. So I do love a book set in Scotland, so I had to pick that up. And it's by a bunch of different authors, so shout out to all of them. Then I got the sequel to Muse, which I have somewhere back here. There, down there. I didn't even know that book had a sequel because I haven't gotten to it on my TBR, but my friend was like, oh, that's the sequel to Muse. And I was like, guess what I'm buying? And I know people have feelings about the library covers on them. I don't disagree. Sometimes you can manage to get them off without destroying the book too badly. So sometimes I try, sometimes I don't. I don't know. We'll decide. I'll decide as I go through, but I'm excited to have the second and that. So maybe now it'll move up the TBR since I have both. This one I saw forever ago. It's just Emmett. And I don't even remember, but I know, oh, it's got deckled edges. I love a deckled edge. Does anybody else love a deckled edge? Because I do. Let's see. Is handsome, clever, and rich with very little to vex him. Knows he's blessed. Because of that, he tries to give back by doing charity work. Finding a boyfriend for the guy you sleep with might be considered by some to be a bad idea, but Emmett isn't worried. He keeps things clean, no attachments. So, gay romance, probably kind of princely, obviously, so had to buy it. So cute. Then I got The Cloisters by Kathy Hayes. And I believe this is kind of like dark academia. It sounded really cool. when I read it. Behind the closed doors of the cloisters, shocking secrets and a mysterious deck of tarot cards spark a deadly, powerful game within a close-knit group of researchers. And it's really pretty on the inside, which I like. So I picked that up. There is a strategy to the book sale. I always go to the Better Books room first, which is where I found this one for sure, because it doesn't have the library cover on it. Because they have the Better Books room, and then they have like the generic general book room. But you always go to Better Books first, because you do find better books, as it says. Then we're going to take a little dip into mystery thriller Girls Like Us by Christine Alger. And this is worlds collide when an FBI agent investigates a string of grisly murders on Long Island and faces the impossible question: what happens when the primary suspect is your father? Also, how old is this book? Because is this like kind of based idea on the Long Island serial killer? It's interesting that it's set 2019. Could be. I'll be interested to see. I will let you know when I get to this one. If there's some... Now we know who the Long Island serial killer is. I wonder if there's some things there that relate to him. Then we went a little true crime-ish. Again, that was more thriller. This is more true crime. American Demon, Elliot Ness, and the Hunt for America's Jack the Ripper by Daniel Strasshauer. I'm butchering names. It's what I do. So that one sounded kind of cool to me. I love true crime. Boston has a strangler, California had the Zodiac killer, and in the depths of the Great Depression, Cleveland had the Mad Butcher of Kingsbury Run. In September of 1935, a young beachcomber made a gruesome discovery on the shores of Cleveland's Lake Erie. The lower half of a female torso, neatly severed at the waist. The victim, dubbed the Lady of the Lake, was only the first of the butcher's dozen. So, as someone who spent a lot of time in Cleveland, this is going to be fantastic. I actually went to school in Alliance, which is south of Cleveland. I like when a book gets a little local. And then picked up a romance, Lunar Love, by Lauren Kung Jessen. This actually was a book club pick for Second Story a while ago. Didn't get around to reading it, but my friend spotted it and she goes, "Oh, Lunar Love, that was so good." I was like, great, I'm buying it. And there it is. This is a book. I always find it really funny when the library gets a lot of book of the month editions because they always end up in the book sale, which is fine. Yay me for the book sale. Oh, what is this? I don't know if this came with the book. Welcome to the friend zone in a good way. Happy third. Oh, it was. This is from book of the month. Happy third boxiversary. There you go. I got a bookmark in my book unexpectedly. So, yeah, so many books. Like, this is, I don't even know if I can lift them all to, like, it's a problem. It's a serious problem that I have. This is insane. But this is why you go to the library book sale, because at our library book sale, hardback books, depending on which room you're in, are like $2 or $4. And you get all of this. Look at that. It's crazy. And they mark them, which is really nice. This one, it was in the Not Better Books room. Where's my little... Yeah, this one was $3. This one was in the general book room. So I think those were $2. They must be, because I don't have the little sheet in here. Oh, this one was $3. You can't go wrong. And then if you read them and then you're like, okay, I don't want to keep these, then you don't feel so bad because you spent $3 on them. This one was $4, which is kind of funny, actually. I don't know why that one was more. Yeah. Here, so I spent... Well, this was this one time. This one was $3. They give you this little tracker so you can kind of tally as you go, which is very helpful to keep track as you're going. The book of the month, I think, was $3. So if you don't have, this one came out of the other room, so it was probably $2. You can tell when they're written in, and this came out of the other room, so that was probably also $2. But basically, I got 10 books for the price of like 1.5-ish. Maybe just one hardback book. You can't go wrong with this. And I love the Friends of the Library sale. I also run into everyone I know in the book community there. And then I also run into others, which is super fun. Ran into some coworkers, run into some friends. And it really is a fun congregation of like the bookish community. And everybody goes and has a really good time. It is massive. Here in Oklahoma, it is at the fairgrounds. And it is an entire building. And you have your better books room and your general books room, but they're filled to the brim. One of my friends was like, oh, let me know if they have anything good. And I was like, girl, do you understand how big the book sale is? So I sent her pictures and I'm like, why are you not here? Like, if you want to know what they have, come here. She did not realize how big it was. We have several throughout the city. We have the big one there. Then they do one, I think in the fall. And then Guthrie does one because Guthrie's not part of the Metro library system. And so there's probably a lot more in the area. Tulsa does one, I think, too. So check your local area for your book sales because they are out there and they are worth going. A, you get really cheap books. B, it helps fund our libraries, which are vitally important to us in today's world. So we need to support them where we can. But that's it from the library book sale. However, I then proceeded to go with friends to Tulsa and bought more books. I have a problem. I have a huge problem. My TBR list of books that are in my house currently that I have not read is like 200 books. It's ridiculous. But I went to Books A Million and I got suckered in. First of all, I always love Megan Quinn. So I bought her new one just for the cameras. It's actually for book club also, so that'll be super fun. It's a honker. This one's pretty solid, but I love the flamingos, and it was just cute. These all came from Books A Million. And then I already had a copy of The Deal, but like, look how pretty this is. So I got a new copy. It's got really cool backgrounds, cool pages on the front. It's got art in some of them. Yeah. There's like art in them. They're so pretty. So I got that. And then I was like, oh, look, they also have book 2 and 3. So then I got The Mistake, which I have not read yet. Got The Mistake. Also very pretty. And these are all part of the Campus series. And I'm excited because those are getting an adaptation. So you got art in them. And then the third book is The Score. Again, pretty edges, pretty on the inside. And then I know there's a picture. I can feel the paper. And then you get some artwork too. So I bought all 3 of those. And then as I was leaving, a book jumped off the shelf at me and said, if you don't buy this, it's a crime against you as a human and your brand. And it is Hot Chocolate on Thursday. And it's so cute. It's like a little quick read, but it is so cute. And it's translated, which I have not read nearly enough translated books. And I'm excited. This may be one I bump up to the top of the TBR because it's just like a quick, cute read. And it's on brand. It's about hot chocolate on any day, really. It's great. So those are those. And then, as if that haul wasn't enough, it's also my birthday week. So I had friends over last night for a birthday party. And when birthday parties happen in the book world, you know what that means. More books. I love it. I love it so much. So we were doing muumuus and margaritas and tacos. And so my friend Alexa stayed very on brand and got me it's called 3 Tequilas, and it's a mystery. So that was super cute and excited to do that one. And then I got All of Us Villains by Amanda Foody and C.L. Herman. This looks fantastic. Oh, this is the first one. There's a sequel already out too. Fantastic. I do love this. I also just really love the cover because how often I go like this is just on brand. I'm excited to see this. What this is, let's see, what is this? I think it's YA. Yes. Blood Moon Rises, the Blood Veil Falls, the tournament begins. So that should be good. And then I got, this was from my friend Kristen. And then my friend Ashley got The Sea Child, which is a historical fiction adventure, early 1800s in England. Say less. Want that right now. And then Kristen also got me Bury Your Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. Oh, and this one is signed. So it says the sticker. Oh, well, that's cool. Thanks. I think I saw that last night. But yeah, I am excited. I've heard a lot of people I feel like have liked this book, I think, if I remember correctly. So that's super fun. And that is my book haul for the month of February and March. There's no way I can lift all 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 of the 19 book guys. I did actually unhaul 19 books because I've unhauled a few more because my friend Mandy and Lacey came over yesterday and helped me rearrange my entire bookshelf because everything was out of whack. However, now I have a new problem that I have 20 books I have to put on these shelves. And I don't know how I'm going to do that. I don't think I left space for all these books. It's okay. We'll figure it out. I have space still in other parts of the house. So if I need to, I have auxiliary space. But yeah, it's fun to do an unhaul and then a haul because that sounds like the very bookish thing that we all have done. So let me know in the comments if your library system has a book sale and let people know when it is. So if they're viewing the comments, they can find out if they're in your area when the book sales are. And then, yeah, I think that's it for me. So I'll see you guys again soon. Bye-bye. And don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on those notifications so you never miss one of my videos.